happened initially, I seemed to not be able to find my life, but then I did my live and go back in there and it's still there. So I don't know. So cold today. So cold today. It's freezing. Oh my god. And y'all, I did not know how weak was my triceps. And apparently if you are into workout and those things, triceps is supposed to be stronger than your biceps, which is something that I was this years old to find out. Because my biceps have always been stronger than my triceps. So I did work out a little bit, minimal weight, man, like minimal weight with my triceps, but I'm so sore. I'm feeling that I'm having a heart attack. Like, it's just not only triceps hurts, it's all the way up here, and it's just something that's like something is not right. Hi, Nancy, how are you? And it's so cold. It's a brr, minus 17. Feel free to drop me a cent of today. Let me know how you're doing. Hi, Polly. Really, I'm dying. Really, I'm dying. Oh my god. I had to take a muscle accent because I was just like, I can't. Oh, this feels good. Oh my god. I just gotta remember no pain, no gain. Like, I'm in tears. Actually, I had tears in my eye. Hi, Deshaun. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. It's the middle of the week, y'all. It's minus 17 here. So cold, but that's how our winters are generally. Let me see. We always like to look and see what is it with the wind chill, which is another factor. You have not lived in Canada, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but when it's cold and windy, it feels colder. So then they do like what it feels like. Oh, actually, right now, it was minus 17 inside my car, which I had parked in the garage. Right now, it's minus 23 Celsius, and it feels like minus 32. I knew it because it was so freaking cold outside. Like, but remember, it's minus 9 Fahrenheit. Um, and people were as usual on their bike to work, and they were running. People runners were out, and yeah, I can't believe it's already that cold. Yeah, it's always here like that. I mean, we are late for that cold actually. Early. Like here, it happens pretty much like by end of November, last week of November, we start having those like below minus 10s. We are late for that cold. There was I think it was 2000, I want to say 2014 or 2013. By December 30th, we had 30 days under minus 30 Celsius. It was ridiculous. Oh my, I've never experienced minus temperatures. Yeah, Moose, you'll die. It's just something else. Like you get out and you immediately like okay. So you get out and this is how you know. And this is gross. Sorry guys if I'm gonna say, but you get out and as soon as you get out, like the water, the moisture in your eye freezes, and you feel like, what is that noise it makes? Man, I'm just thinking. That is minus 30 and it's not there yet. I mean, it says it feels like cold, but it doesn't, it's not there yet, but that's how it is. Then the morning is Joe Malone ginger biscuit, and later I will wear Regine de Fleur blood spider orchid. Ooh, very nice. Like, you know what? I have to find out about Regime de Fleur. I've not tried a lot of it from that house, and I know they have many fragrances. I'm generally interested in finding out more about that fragrance house. And in terms of what was it? You say Joe Malone ginger biscuit? Is that this year's ginger biscuit? Like, are they putting this year's ginger biscuit? Because I know a few years ago they brought back ginger biscuit that was not there around for like a while, and I got a bottle of it. I haven't used it in so many years. It's so ridiculous. Wow, it is insanely cold up here, up there. Here today is sunny and 31 F. Like, oh yes, yes. You can't complain. You can't complain. You know what? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just so subjective, right? Like, even as a Winnipegger, if I go somewhere in the middle of the like at beginning of winter. And I spend some time in there, and I, come back, I'll be like dying. Versus if I was here, I'll say, well, it's another day. That's crazy cold. At the end of the day, Labra de Morphe. Yes. So it's funny because when I picked this fragrance of my scent today, which is Dawn Tebra, if you want to see a short review, check the shorts. I thought about it because of the name similarities, right? That Dawn, what is it, like Labra Morphe, and then this was Dawn Tebra. And when I was reading the description of like on Frederic Malle's website, it said that the moment that bodies come the same, like melt in each other or something, like it reminded me of Labra Morphe, like in that. The reason I picked this up, as absent-minded as I am, yesterday I saw one of the discounts that brought some Frederic Malls, and I was like, maybe I should get. And there was always these two like, that I had not bought by the time. Like last year, at some point, Joma Shop had some sale on Frederic Malls. I can't remember when it was. And I was looking at the good ones, and I was stuck between Femme de Treize and Dawn Tebra. I ended up getting Dawn Tebra and not Femme de Treize. But like for whatever reason, I thought I haven't got Dawn Tebra. And I'm like talking in the forum about Tebra. I'm asking people about their opinion. I asked Alice if you're watching, and she was like, "Yeah, I was very impressed. I just got that." And then I was like, "Yeah, then maybe I won't buy it." And as I'm talking, Paroli is like, "You do have that fragrance." So I decided to wear it for today. Hi, Delise, how are you? I decided to wear that fragrance for today because, obviously I've forgotten what it's like. Jesus, like so being absent-minded. Also, I went back and looked at the notes on Parfum de Stress, and I don't think it's something for me. I don't melon in the notes. It's a no. I do not like melon smell on perfume. I don't even like melon smell in the fruit salad, let alone the yeah. So wait. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Go back up. Yeah, I'm back. 29 degrees today Celsius. That is holy shit. That's yes. I like a very weird fragrance. It smells so different from day to day. Oh really? So maybe I should probably give it a more chance and try. I'm just curious, Mitra. Does your collection rival Eugene's in terms of numbers? I don't know, because does he have numbers? If he has numbers, I have numbers. So, and I'm not going to disclose them, but if he has numbers, let me know and I'll tell you that. I think he keeps some of his perfumes at home and some of them are in storage. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't think he knows how many bottles he has. And I've never seen his collection, so I don't know. Um, and okay, watching signs of dementia. Exactly. Yes, you are watching signs of dementia because earlier is like watching signs of me possibly croaking anytime soon, so he can take over my perfume section. But no, not gonna happen. So this one, it's a 2008 release, and it says 77% volume, which that means that it does not mean the rest of the 23% is perfume oil. It may mean that it has some water, and I don't know how we can find that. Like, do they say that somewhere? Like, I don't know if they mentioned that. Because our very nerdy friend, like me, English, had found some of that. Dans tes bras. By the way, you guys like to stream all those like things. Let me see on does it say how many, like, what's the percentage perfume oil? I don't see. Oh, here. Is there something here? No, it doesn't say anything about the concentration of it. So the brief is, it feels like an embrace, the alchemy of the magical moment, and two bodies come together, a master of olfactory expression of sensuality. Maurice Roussel orchestrates unforgettable love at first sight between cashmere, a woody note with a warm velvety vibration, and a subtlety of a violet with powdery accents. This is a clear, perfect, and highly addictive relationship. Wrapped. Okay. Not gonna say that, clear and perfect are not really goes with highly addictive relationship. Wrapped in a what? Lascivious seduction of sandalwood, musk, and heliotrope. Dante captures the irresistible magnetism of this skin of one you can't live without. Oh, don't know. I don't know. But it does what, to be honest, it stays, true to what he said, that there's the cashmere and the vibration. Like, I actually, before reading this, I thought about it, that it was a kind of like a vibrating violet with a little bit of a powdery. It's very nice. I can say it's non-offensive. You can wear it anywhere. Like, not a, like, date night fragrance or whatever, but it's a beautiful one. But I don't know if it's worth it full price. Definitely does not worth full price, and definitely try it. If you're getting it to have a mind-blowing fragrance, this is not going to be it. You have probably smelled something similar before, so I would not rush out and get this. And let's see. Okay, it means it's an older bottle. If you have percentage, oh, are you sure? That means all the ones that I got from the Joma shop last year were older. Yeah, here I have percentage on it. This is the percentage on it. I didn't know that because here, this is my Angelique sur le pluie. No, this is my Angelique sur le pluie, but it does not have percentages on it. Okay, so we learned something. Apparently, if it does, what is the? Oh, and the batch codes are different. Interesting. Hold on, let me see Frederic Malle batch codes. Frederic Malle. Did they change batch codes at some point? Batch code. Maybe what year this comes out as? 31. And I know them, like some of them, that you can't really find the proper batch codes. They won't show out online because they change it. So it says production year 2012 on Check Fresh, which in that case would have been Madcap, no? Don't tempora, whatever remind you of anything. Does it leave an impression? You know what it reminded me of? I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it's Angela Chimpaka Rosarium. It reminds me of that one, and I don't know if it's at all close or anything, but that's what reminded me of. So I don't know. Oh, right. So they have changed the way they do batch codes, hey? So let me just go back here. I got confused for a second. Who's that? Let's see. Let's see. I am so bad in terms of like remembering what something smells of, and sometimes I say this smells like that, but absolutely wrong, and it had nothing to do when I tried side by side. I'm like similar, rare, but I don't know what it reminds me of those things. So let's see. In the notes of this one, we have violet, musk, pine tree, cashmere, heliotrope, woodsy notes, sandalwood, patchouli, incense, and jasmine. I don't get any of it except the cashmere and musk and violet. That's about it. I don't get anything else. There's something citrusy in the opening though, but I don't know. They haven't mentioned it. Going back, it says it's similar to, I don't know any of these things, but I have iris. Is this iris and Lady Moore? No, it's Malle on the Moor. Maybe I do have Malle on the Moor. Not sure. Oh, funny. Someone says it smells like lamb. It does not smell like a lamb. I don't think so. Um, um, okay, let's see. I'm downloading Naxos. It's nice, but yeah, Naxos is not. You know that honey, the kind of honey that's in Naxos, it was off-putting for me, and I couldn't do it. I ended up declaring mine. What? I like Isara better. It smells alike. I don't know. I've seen. Is that Sita, right? I haven't smelled Isara at least. I'll have to check it. Dante Bro. That preloader label. Really? Preloader label. Oh, the first one you showed. Where did it go? So you mean it's a 2012. So when I'm checking the batch code, it comes as 2012 in the. Because the batch code, I don't know how you know these batch codes, but the batch code is when I'm checking on Check Fresh, and I know that there's a problem with that. It comes up as 2012. Then I probably, this is the batch code. Yeah, I probably picked it up for a deal because they were even for a new, they were on a deal on Joe Michelle for like last year, like crazy deal. They changed batch codes like 10 times. Oh, so look at this. This batch code on this one is like that AA0, and that comes as 2020. And just to look, there's still other bad perfume houses. It's like a black hole in the way that it engulfs good houses in terms of, yeah. It's not that. It's always like this kind of when, like, anything, like when there's a conglomerate of like this huge company and they kind of, it's almost in any business, right? When there's the one company that buys them all and turns to, they try to have like some sort of, what can I say, standards for the whole business, which is not a bad idea. They kind of focus a lot on sales rather than sales numbers, rather than like the particularity of the house, and it ends up turning everything to shit in that way. Like that's what happens. Hi, Anna, how are you? If Lauder making a fragrance, it's great, but if they are reformulating a fragrance, they are notoriously bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, they focus on. So, I mean, the thing is, when you have a perfume house, like imagine, right? Like if you have a perfume house that is your own, and it is, you know, you own this house and you invested in this house. You worked, even if you worked for this company for so long and you're smelling these fragrances, you work with these fragrances forever. Sometimes you may like not just nickel and dime what is going on. Like you not may not always work based on the numbers. You want to have a personality, a uniqueness, a character to the brand. And but this is what happens when your somebody in the corporation office decides about release fragrance or ingredients that goes to fragrance is nickel and diming the ingredients, nickel and diming what market sells. That person doesn't care about the identity of the brand and things like that. I see that all the time with different brands. That becomes a little bit issue. It becomes an issue when the person who's deciding these things isn't like really invested or doesn't have heart in that brand or things like that. There's difference between when you have an ownership of brand and when you have certain like a strong relationship or your identity is tied to the brand. You make different decisions based on that. And you know what? And to be honest, I think the fault that these fragrance companies are moving towards the way they're moving is the fault of consumers in general. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. That's what it sells, and they move to what it sells. Right now, amberwood sells, and people love amberwood. And someone has said, I don't know why, and I thought about that too. Like, I was like, I don't know why people are using amberwood. Well, some people are reacting to it, but we are like the minority. We are like a small, minuscule number of people who do not like amberwood. Most people love amberwood. It is a projection, sillage, strength, or whatever. It just wilts every flower in 10-kilometer radius, and that's what it is these days. I mean, I feel like white luxury was something like 2021 and before, and as ever since after, it's like this whole bling bling thing has come back again. Good morning from Riverdale, California. Long time see. I got the watch live stream. Oh, hi, Juan. How are you? 2012, it makes sense. Yeah, this October 2020, Dante Bras says yes, it says 27%. To me, they make those houses more accessible, maybe. Yeah, they make some of the houses accessible. So and that's part of what like allure is for like some of these companies to become part of a larger company, right? So again, if you're selling like your small brand and you're selling whatever in your country, sometimes not in cost benefit for you to sell to like let's say shipping to some obscure place because it's the volume isn't there. But if you're part of a big conglomerate and the company has access to many more things and services, maybe they have their own shipping services. I think Sephora does its own shipping services now. So then your brand will get out more. So obviously, the modern Musk Ravageur is very accessible compared to vintage. Yeah, that is true. Hi, Gian, how are you? Gian is convinced that Alpenlicht and I are the same person. I think he picked up our nerdiness being the same. It's like they went from making art to becoming yeah, exactly. No, they went from like I see this sometimes like like there's a grocery store brand here like called Family Foods. It's actually like originated here and like, there's 3 or 4 stores. And sometimes I see these like they get bought by another company and then everything goes to shit. Like that kind of personal touch to things goes to shit, right? So that's we sound so similar to. I maybe I don't know. We are both nerdy. That's probably what he's picking on, like nerdy nerd. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm characterizing you as a nerd. I also identify as a nerd. I hate amberwoods and ambroxan. I was eating at a very famous restaurant in NYC for a special occasion, and someone walked in with a beast perfume with those ingredients. Oh my god! Like right, I know, like because for me it's nausea. Like it turns my stomach. It like overwhelms my senses. So I am very prone to sensory stimulation because I am convinced that I don't have. Um, like when you're here, when you let's say the fan is on for 3 hours straight, eventually you hear it when you turn it on, but after half an hour you don't hear the fan anymore because your brain is filtering it out. I'm not saying that I can't, but I'm saying that some people are like instead of half an hour, they get there in an hour or 2 hours because their senses still picking up. Those people are a little more prone to sensory overstimulation. Now I am, and when I get so sensory overstimulation, whether it would be sound, whether it would be smell, whether it would be like touch. Oh God, that's horrible. Sound, smell, and even sometimes taste is that I get nauseous with that overwhelming feeling. Like so, that's the same with amber. With the main question people ask here these days is how's the performance? I know now. How is the smell? Exactly. Everyone's like, how is the performance? Like, does it? Does it kill everyone in a 10 kilometers radius? I want. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there. I used to spray so much perfume on me when I went to university that people knew I have been in. Okay, so just by my smell, like they could follow my trail. I've been there, but now it is, and it's a little bit more okay in kind of Persian culture, whereas like perfumes and smells are like part of daily life, right? But it is now. I'm so Canadianized right now. It is not to the point of like saying I'm no scented whatever, but it is a little bit ew, right? Really, like, and I feel like it's just I have grown to be a little bit more reserved even though I've come out of my shell, but I've grown to be like that. I don't want people noticing. I don't want people like asking me questions about personal things. To me, perfume is a personal thing, right? While people love getting compliments, and I do like it when I get compliments from friends, like they say, "Oh, you smell great" or whatever, and because I'm having a close contact with them, right? But somebody rando comes to me and says, "Oh, you smell great," I'm like, "Ooh." I don't know. I like they're commenting something very personal. I don't like it. Um, I think using synthetic notes are great and are needed. Yeah, absolutely, and they should be used in moderation. Absolutely, synthetic notes are also. It's not like not environmentally friendly, right? Like so they can. There are synthetic notes that are biodegradable, and and some of them like saving environment by just not extracting all those material from the environment, right? So they are lab based, but they are biodegradable. They're not hurting the environment, and also they're needed. They're absolutely needed. Some synthetic material. If there wasn't for synthetic material, perfumery wouldn't be here. Like not the state of today, but in general would not advance to the degree that it has in general. Let me see. Or Ladulur excuse today, a big dose of ambroxan, but it's lovely. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a rose person, so it wasn't my thing. But I see. I don't know if he has used ambroxan. I think it's been so long since I tried it. You step on a busy elevator, ambroxan, amberwood overdoses. They all smell the same. Yeah, I know. Like when you. This is bad. Like some perfume stores like include a memo and an issue. I don't know what they were pumping out in the store. Like when in Paris, like I would just get in. I was like, no, I leave. I was just like, it would just hit right. Like it's not good. And once you smell it, like you're done. You cooked for life. Like it's not going. I love LE. There's a way to use ambroxan, but so many times. Yeah, ambroxan it can be very nice in moderation. And to be honest, the raw material of ambroxan smells very good. It smells very pleasant. It smells cozy, clean, that kind of thing. But if you're putting it in overdoses, then that's a problem. I just like the way I smell. I like everything is extra these days, right? Like there used to be a time that quiet luxury was the trend. Like most people did, like Celine type luxury or like Chanel type of luxury was the trend. And nowadays, I feel like it's more Vuitton and all the blinking like and whatnot. Which is growing up, I grew up thinking that yikes, that's trash a little bit. So I have that perceived notion about it that maybe that's changing my perception. Ambroxanide and norlimbanol are main offenders. Yes, I think so. Right? Like, was that in the was that in the paper that I sent everyone? This is why I'm saying Offenlicht and I are um, or Rich. Like I sent it to Rich and Rich shared it to Discord. I think so. I sometimes like an overspray and wear something strong, but I choose the occasion for that carefully. Yes. So if I'm like usually it is the amber things that I like to overspray. Like I don't mind being overrun by amber, um, and that is a cozy smell. I don't know if there are. I mean, most likely there are some synthetics into that amber, like ambercinide, but maybe there's a different type of amber synthetics. I wonder if people in the 1960s felt about patchouli the way we feel about amberwoods and ambroxan nowadays. Yeah, it is interesting, right? Like go back in the day. I mean, some of the fragrances are marketed for women in like let's say 1960 or something. I wear it and I'm like, um, was a female fragrance because it does totally smell masculine these days, right? It's so interesting to me how the perception of scents and like your opinions about scents changes with time and changes with. I honestly feel like maybe this. You know what I'm thinking of? Like, actually, funny enough, I feel like this explosion in was there a relationship between COVID where I don't want to blame COVID for everything, but was there a relationship between COVID and death of the quiet luxury and becoming very loud? Why am I thinking that? Psychologically, if you suppress anything, right, the urge to fight that becomes more. If you're actively trying to suppress that, um, if you keep telling yourself, don't do this, the only thing you think about is doing this, right? So I feel like, was it because of COVID where we were shoved into our houses, don't socialize, don't go out, don't wear a mask, all the things are bad and whatnot, that now people like want to just be out there and explode that kind of like the self expression. I mean, that's an idea. Just came out to my mind. You're 100% correct. Does the dose makes a difference? I wonder if people in the 90s, or I read that. I love Journal, but a lot of friends don't use it. Yes. I think Amouage Night was, okay. So how does Danbra fit into your correction? The least, I think, maybe just reduce the dose of what you're taking, and I just a little bit collective. How do you from reflection? It is an everyday fragrance. It is a clean, musky violet. I would go for it anytime. I don't need to be in a mood for this fragrance. I can pick up any time I use it. I can overspray it. I don't think it will offend anyone. It's a good one for on a day-to-day life. And did I miss it if it's gone from my collection? Probably not. Am I going to keep it? Yes, because I can see the utility. What else? What other question would be? I don't know. That's all about it for now. I'm gonna test it more. And I'm gonna see what it's like for me over time. Well, am I gonna keep it? I kind of like it enough to keep it because it seems like yes, it's an easy reach fragrance, and I feel like this may be one of those that. So on days that like life is complex, right? Like life is difficult in general, and you make a lot of decisions. I make a lot of decisions every single day, and I have this decision fatigue all the time. And when things are complex, I just crave things simple food, simple fragrance, simple even hairstyle. So you see me like you would know this is like a difficult day because if it's a difficult day, it would be straightened and it would be pulled back in a ponytail. That's how my things like. But I could see utility of this on those days. Just picking up something, don't have to think about it, spray it, feels good, smells familiar, smells clean. I don't need to think about it twice. So this may be for that. This is actually Angelique sur le Pluie. I brought it for my friend to try. But we also did not get to talk about Amouage Reflection Woman, which I picked up the other day because I saw a vintage formulation in a good price in one of the discounters, and I'm still unsure about it. So there's that. I gotta go because I have a meeting. But it was good to see y'all. If you're watching later, let me know what you think of this fragrance. Let me know. Are your favorites? Is Tara here? No, Tara will be here soon. Soon. I can't wait. I can't wait for her. I'm cleaning up the room that she's gonna sleep in. And I can't wait for it. And yes, we will do some lives together. I know you guys have missed her. We should actually do lives together when she's there back home. We're not living in a different time zone. I think we're in the same time zone, so we could. A lot of things are easier. Anyways, love you all. Take care of yourself, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, all the nice things. And I shall see you later. Bye bye.